All right, part 2 of the stream today on April 4th, 2024. This is coming in from Makuzia. This is a band, but maybe not a band. Hiroyuki Sawano featuring Mizuki. Okay, I hope I didn't rip that up too much, Makuzia. Are you still in the house, Makuzia? Are you still here? If not, you can go to the YouTube VOD to cash in on this. All right, and then this track from Hiroyuki Sawano featuring Mizuki is called Avid. It's a band, but I don't know, I guess this has nothing to do with a video game, or maybe this is a source track from a video game. We're going to find out. Makuzia, this is for you, man. Let's go. All right. Oh, I was freaking out for a second.
Silent haze 가슴이 가슴이 돌아 강해 하지록 놀리는 각미다 선배 기고 지나 있는 웃음 Close my eyes to figure out the vacancy Don't know what I want That's
beautiful little arrangement there. Ooh, nice cello. Oh, this is great. Those subtle background vocals are beautiful. I like how the hi-hat's kind of 4 on the floor and just got nice chord change. Was that it? So many wonderful things about that track. The detail to attention in the engineering is phenomenal. This is kind of like an expose in engineering when it comes to the unique blends of the tones and stuff. Where her voice is in a very subtle kind of power kind of vibe, even when the track starts to kick in, how much room there is left in the mix for her vocals to fit, and the subtleness of the background vocals, which were beautiful. I love the piano arrangement. Repetitive as it may be, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a Bruce Hornsby-ish, more pop culture Bruce Hornsby style playing. Unique sound to the drums. I don't think it was looped. But, that's the latest trend, is taking really good drums that are being played and then running through a side chain and stuff and giving them their unique position. That's just what's happening in the industry right now. There's so much trickery going on that I, you know, for me as a composer, I have the capacity to listen through, and the bandwidth to listen through tons of styles and arrangements and stuff and absorb it differently. But to the pure listener, I could see how, as we move forward with, you know, music production, songwriting, and stuff like that, how that can be, how that might be somewhat overwhelming. I don't know. I'm in a zone of thinking about it like that lately. I had a big conversation with a friend of mine about music and where it's gone, where it's come from me, pencil and paper in the 70s, to me now sitting in front of a computer sounding like I was in A&M Records when I'm mixing because of today's technology. Well, not quite A&M Records, but you know what I'm talking about. And also, just like I said earlier, of that one song that we did that was right before Baston, that was just raw, organic musicianship and playing, and also the Paco de Lucia song, you know, opposed to today's production, today's sound, today's, you know, execution of songwriting and technology enhancing, you know, musical performances and stuff. This was still absolutely mental. So this was a great listen, Makuzia. Thank you. Crossface, I just noticed we finally got you on the list. So I see you here. I still have a few more to get to, but I do see you finally here. So, excuse me. Next up is coming from CB76. Are you here, SB76, sorry. This is a band called Reliqa, something like that. And it's a metal track. So I've never heard of the band, but if it's metal, I'm meddling. Hey, SB, what's going on? How are you? Did you leave that comment on my Positive Wave Rider channel thingy? I thought I recognized your profile. If that was you, thank you. Okay, hang on for a second. Let me look you up here. This is called, this is much more proggy. Okay, I love it. Let's go ahead. So this is called Reliqa. I guess it's a Q. Reliqa. It's a metal track, Killstar, The Cold War. And he says that this is going to be more proggy, which I like proggy. Lately, I've been playing Frogger in my night, in my dreams. I don't know why Frogger has been. Remember, how many of you guys remember the game Frogger? That's for us old farts in the 1900s. How many of you guys have Frogger? Maybe they have a new iteration of Frogger. I don't know. But Reliqa. Okay, thank you. Oh, and that was you. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, that just loosens your teeth, the filling in your teeth. Oh, Phrygian. Jeez! Fucking massive, man. I love the cut time attitude in this.
Strike the match in a cold world, set a flame.
Great engineering.
Scratch whatever itch you need, 'cause it's blind.
Way in the back.
Blind and we're all fucked the same. Sip the wine while the cold world eats itself alive. Stemming the plague with a smile, no artificial.
Bruh, this is kicking ass.
Shame inside, where the miracles go to die, and the lovers are filled with spite, and the lovers sleep so tight. Where the rich has eclipsed the sun, killing a star just to fill their cup.
Oh, great background vocals. Love that.
It's excessive.
That's what it does in my brain, what my face just did.
Seven ways to sin. So ironic how condemning yourself down is exactly
I'm getting
the way
Phrygian chicken skin.
you do it to
You know if you know.
yourself. What you do it to the ones you love. Don't you cry for the horror the cold world forced you to see. Sometimes I
Ooh, the bass.
like it, you like it. I bet you'd pay to watch some people bleed. Hands
switching that up, man, in that 6/8. Ah!
Hands up, give us something nice to dream about. Blanketed by a thick haze, we hallucinate as our lungs give out. Falling stars making craters out of our homes. A billion with their hands up, one foot in the grave, forever cast in stone. Like this, it feel to keep diving as if you've earned it. If it's your
Gotta stop. My God, this is such a great track. This is such a great track. I mean, when I'm done with this stream, I'm probably going to play it again and jam to it. It just evokes you want, especially that whole Phrygian, ripping kind of vibe that's going on there, which lends itself to. Now I don't know what key this is in, so it might have to retune my my guitar for it. But I think one of the most impressive things for me is that the way musicianship is changing in this proggy metal vibe, and with this, I don't even know if you want to call it genty-ish combo prog, and the tones of the guitars and everything. The dive bomb back into zero, and the wide intervallic playing of the riffs. That whole thing to me, I don't know why, just socks me in the soul from the inside out. And the bottom end of that is so powerful. I love the timing changes they did. They dicked around a little bit in there, and I love that. They went into that 6/8, and that's actually the second shift, or third shift in the track. And then, of course, the vocals are great. The engineering's phenomenal. I like how they tuck and hide that mono guitar way in the back. That's still back there with that arpeggiation or that riff, but giving the vocalist a lot of room to glow. And to glow, for sure, she has an incredible freaking voice. And this video is sick, so dang! Plus 20 fire damage for me.
hand that feeds, I'm sharpening my razor teeth.
Oh, trippy. The video. Boy, that jerked me around.
There's a galaxy burned into your legacy forever. Did you do it to yourself? Did you neutralize the shame? Inside,
Whoa, big fat note. Love it. She sounds fantastic there. I love those dives. Oh, great. Ooh, sassy weight. An EDM grab there for the ending on that. Okay, so I did detect a couple things, like if every once in a while there was a very subliminal in its level pad use, or I mean, it could have been a guitar doing doing harmonics and letting it ring out, because guitars with pedals and stuff today can do amazing things that sound like ambient ethereal pads to let it ring out. But that little part of it leans to me that there was a little bit of a pad in there that gave us some of that ethereal ambient, kind of, I want to call that kind of like I was going to say the Astroglide kind of vibe, but that I realized didn't I said it anyhow. I just said it. What the hell? So anyhow, it just had that glide to it. You know what I'm saying? That, with the rest of the power of what was going on with the band and stuff like that, those like I said earlier in the stop, those big dives back into zero. Her vocal performance was phenom. She started off kind of subtle and packed, but then she let a few notes kind of rip and tear. And also the background vocals were a very big part of ethereal ambient vibes, and some of those longer notes that were being held out, that were getting pretty washed up a little bit with some reverb and stuff. But once again, they all look really young, and this is the sound of this particular style of metal. I guess, is it prog metal? I don't know. There's subgenres, as we all know. But lately there's been a really big run from bands coming out of Australia. Oi, oi, oi. Sorry if that's offensive. I don't know. I have Australian friends. They do that. And when they come here and they go surfing every year for the triple, well, they don't do Triple Crown anymore, for the Pipe Masters and stuff, and they all drive by. I do that and they go, oh, old man. No, I'm kidding. But nonetheless, there's no two ways about it. It's grinding away in my head right now, that riff, and I'm definitely going to go back and listen to this, and I'm going to jam over it. Because to me, that's when I know a track really grabs me, for sure, is that when I go, oh my God, I got to listen to this. I'm going to put up my Neural DSP, whatever it is, my Nolly, and I'm just going to and just lead to it, because it pulls that from me as a composer. So this was a great, great, great suggestion. Thank you so much, SB. I appreciate it. All right, we're going into Crossface Buffalo. Oh, let's talk about a weird shift. We're going to be doing a song from Weird Al Yankovic. So this is coming from Crossface Buffalo, another one of our usual suspects here, who I always love seeing expound and expand himself on our chat. And this one is called, I don't know what the, wait, stand by everybody. I don't know which one this is. So I don't know if this is a more modern Al Yankovic. Living with, oh my God, Crossface, no. Guys, you're going to die laughing. I don't want to laugh. Is that what it was? You did this to try to make me laugh? This is Weird Al Yankovic, suggested by Crossface Buffalo, and the name of the track is... Only because I know how you guys love to needle me with these side tracks that have to do with shit that happens to me in my life. This one's called Living with a Hernia. Oh my God, Crossface, you're killing me. The blood of head of the hernia. Oh yeah.
Got to have an operation. Feel so old.
Wait.
Ow. Too much. That pain.
That kind of went in there with the timing.
Good God. Drives me insane. Can't run. Barely crawl.
Bro, I did a video on my life.
Intestinal wall. Why real funny? Bless my soul. Can't play tennis. And it's hard to bowl.
You can't even do the split sound.
Say it.
Better call it quits now.
I'm sick of all this dancing. Anyhow.
With a hernia. Come on, everybody.
Hurts me bad.
Huzza buzzer.
In a tender location.
Living with a hernia.
Had enough humiliation.
Living with a hernia.
Got to have an operation. Ow, I
Live with a hernia.
can't get up. Can't bend over. Now
Live with a hernia.
Hilarious.
wait a minute. You may not be familiar with the common types of hernias that you could get.
Yeah, I am. Frick, right, Crossface?
So just
Quado says.
It's causing me such irritation.
Living with a hernia.
Have to have my medication.
Living with a hernia.
I feel bad.
Oh my God. Crossface Buffalo. What? On purpose. Look at that. Living with a hernia. See, you guys have a great sense of humor here. I love that. This is like the fourth time that somebody's done a track that's happened, like something live on the stream or happened to me. The last one was that Centipede thing, and somebody had suggested and had me listen to the Centipede song. I mean, that was badass. I didn't even listen to, I have nothing to say about the breakdown. It was, of course, Al Yankovic hires an incredible arranger and composer to do as close and as authentic tracks as to the originals, you know, so, you know, musically it was as perfect as it can get when you're covering a track like that, and then adding a little bit more of the additional arrangements to it. But as far as the context and the look, dang it, Quado's poking his head out again. It just made me laugh. Crossface Buffalo, your sense of humor, I'm telling you, it's taken me all the way. I don't do my sonogram for my hernia until after my birthday next week, so I'm gonna, you know, I've got it. I'm trying to limiting my laughing, but you guys are having me. I don't know. Jesus. I never thought great funny ass shit would come out of my hernia, like things like this. No pun in that statement. Thank you so much, Crossface. I love that. All right, next up is Socialex Gutik. Socialex Gutik? How are you? What's going on? And welcome to our Dono session. This one, are you here, Mr. Socialex Gutik? I think you might be here. If not, yes, I should do a birthday stream. You think I should do a birthday stream? That would have to be late because I work at the nonprofit until 3 o'clock. I guess I could start one at 4 o'clock, right? For birthday stream, I'll just eat cake and we'll do stupid things. I don't know. Where's Social? Is he here? Oh, there he is. No, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it, man. That was very nice and also very kind dono. How you doing? Where are you at, Social? What continent? Without doxing, you know, what's the one thing I could say to say, where are you at without getting doxed? All right, let's see what we got here. Social Gutek wants a band called Dirty Projectors. It's alternative. And let's bring this here to our listeners. Temecula Sunrise. All right, let's do this. What is this? Longtime viewer of your YouTube channel. Oh, thank you. SoCal. So it's SoCal time. Oh, Temecula? Temecula Sunrise. You know, oh, is Temecula behind? Is that the Empire or Inland Empire, or is that like behind Costa Mesa or Laguna or OC or something like that? Because when I was younger, I used to surf all that whole area, you know, beachside. You know, in front of Temecula. I guess Temecula was also considered inland or something like that, but I definitely know of Temecula. So let's do this. This is from Social X Gutik, and if I'm not saying your name right, you know, it's gonna happen. Oh, it is the Inland Empire. See, I was kind of close. See, I recollect. I recognition. All right. Nice.
I live in a new construction home. I live on the strip beyond the dealership, yeah.
Real clever. I love
live
it.
in a greenhouse and I am getting wasted, yeah. Temperature rising, I can feel it.
I love the doubling of the guitar approach.
And what hits the spot, yeah, like Gatorade. You and me, baby, it in the spot one night.
Is this Jack Black, Shadow?
Up in the light of the high Temecula sunrise.
Ooh, nice.
Temecula sunrise. Temecula
John Blue. Okay.
You can come and live with us. I know there's a space for you in the basement, yeah. All you gotta do is help out with the chores and dishes, and I know you will. Rest assured.
Wow, that was a trip.
Comfortable, you have nothing. The face of Earth will be white, and after all, yeah, on the hill, Indian paintbrush and a couple of brown fishes, right there in the light of the.
This is great. This is so abstract, yet so wonderful, and very creative. I think one of the things I'm really pulled into is, like, for instance, like they're doubling guitars and doing things, but they're not worried about being spot on with the doubling. They're not trying to sell us a stereo image guitar single part. You know, so the doubling of the guitar playing on this, when we're hearing it, is a doubling playing, and if he's a little ahead or behind, I think it's an incredible compliment to the way the song is recorded, the way the song is being performed. The drums almost sound like it could be in a room with just 3 mics, not ISO mic'd, you know, where you have one mic on each tom and the kick and the cymbals and overhead and stuff like that. It has this very roomy kind of vibe to it. The guy's voice is great. The interpretation of his voice and the lyrics that I'm listening to has that kind of Dylan vibe. You know what I'm saying? And once again, circling back into that differential that I had earlier in the stream about really powerful, current, technically engineered and performed pieces of music, that there's still such a huge audience for music like this, albeit maybe not big enough to make them pop megastars and stuff like this, but there's still tons of people that enjoy this more organic style of music. And it's also not simple. This isn't just some simple playing and stuff like that. There's some really fun phrasing that's going on there, and especially the drums and the way the meter's changing and how that kind of changes around. That's just super clever. Yeah, it's got a Ben's Fold thing too, yeah. See, like that. I think on that solo they might be using a splitter though, of course. That little nosy, crunchy guitar sound. Totally Amon.
I walk along new construction roads. I see that my silhouette is golden, yeah. I know the horizon is right in motion.
Love the backgrounds. side on that.
Right of the Temecula sunrise. Temecula
Some nice chord changes in there as well.
Temecula sunrise.
I really love this track, man. Thank you so much for this, for the dono on this. You know, when I'm listening to music, it really, and how whatever it is that I say, of course, there's technical things that I talk about in arrangements and dynamics and styles and everything. But lately, you guys have been throwing music at me in the last month that has really gotten me to sit down and be able to sit back and do something which I haven't done probably in 50 years, which is be able to listen. A segment of my brain is able to listen to this as a, like, you know, pure listener. I used to call that on the Decomposer Lounge, that, you know, everybody was the pure listener and I was the decomposer, because I can't listen to a song without decomposing it naturally. And if you're in the music business or you're a musician, you know what I'm talking about. But these unique songs that you guys have been giving me lately, because it's so new and so fresh, it's not just listening to a song and you know, decomposing it. It's getting involved in listening to their creativity without having it be, hey, thanks for the follow and the joins and stuff. Where I can get involved in just listening to it and just getting into the track. Still pulling out the things that I do, you know, about it creatively and with arrangements, but it's just a brand new listening experience for me. You know, there's a part of me now, guys, that if I will not go to my deathbed with a regret. I don't have any regrets. There's a couple things I wish I could have maybe, you know, it could have been kind of cool. You never know how it would have ended up. But I kind of wish I had the exposure to the music that I've gotten from the last 3 years between the Decomposer Lounge, the RPGs, Music Arcade, the Twitch. If I would have gotten something like this back in the early on in my career, you know, what my creativity would have sounded like. Of course, we'd never really know, right? But I'm glad at least I get the opportunity to do it and listen to it now. So that's what makes it a great experience. So thank you so much for that. I really super appreciate that. Excuse me. All right, next up, Ink 'em Up. Ink 'em Up, you're next up. Ink 'em Up. Sorry if that was not the kind of music that you like or something. Anyhow, how you doing, Ink 'em Up? This is a band called The Strokes. It's rock. Oh, I know of The Strokes. I have heard of The Strokes. So I know what we're in for. Well, I don't know what we're in for with the song, but I have heard of The Strokes, and this is called Ode to the Mets. Would that be the Mets, like, baseball team? Favorite song of all time. I read somewhere that the meaning of the song is something along the lines of continuing to believe in something you know will let you down. Ooh. I should get my psychologist pipe. Do tell. I love that. When we think we know what the lyrics might mean, and really there's a whole different story behind it. You know, but it's up to us to make it what it is, right? All right, Ink 'em Up. Let's do this for you. Guys, this is Ode to the Mets. Here we go. So 80s sounding, that sequence. I love it. Mess with our timing heads. Amon, what are you thinking about this? A macabre beauty kind of thing.
Up on his horse, not gonna wake up here anymore. Listen, time, it's not the truth, It's just a story I tell to you. Easy to say, easy to do, but it's not easy.
I love the smoky, laid-back voice he's got.
Hope that you find it. Hope that it's good. Hope that you read it. Think that you should. Cuts you some slack as he sits back. Sizes you up. Plans his attack. Drums, please. Fab.
Julian Casablancas.
I got it all. I got it all. Waiting for me down on the street. But now you gotta do something special for me. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. Then I'll walk out. Then I'll feel fine. Yeah, I'm under his thumb. I'm on his back. I will not show my teeth too quick. I need it there. I need it there. But I didn't know. I didn't know.
They're so drilling that melody in our head. That arrangement here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Brilliant. I like that.
Back from his trip, he's at the door. When he gets back, he's on the phone. Innocent eyes.
There's a little kind of organy pad in that back there that's really cool.
But it's not right. Innocent time, out on his own. Not gonna do that, come out of control. I was just bored, playing the guitar. Learned all your tricks, wasn't too hard. It's the last one now, I can promise you that I'm gonna find.
Do you hear that kind of lazy padded organ that's assisting there in the back? I love that Soundgarden arrangement in the middle.
Gone now are the old times forgotten. Time to hold on the railing. The Rubik's Cube isn't solving for us. Old friends long forgotten. The old way at the bottom of the ocean. Now it's swallowed.
Good octave stretch with the singer. What this line is doing, this guitar line on the side, is so much part of the magic. Such an important part of such an important part of the track. What's so important is to me, they really beat the hell out of that chord transit. da, 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 da. You know, those were the chord changes pretty much through 80% of the track. The guy's voice is phenomenal. I love his lower, you know, baritone kind of vibe that he has going there. But he pushed it into a second tenor pretty fast. You know, baritone also singers. I was the first tenor in choir. And then my balls dropped and I became a baritone in senior year. No, I'm kidding. I was a late bloomer. I'm just kidding. TMI. Anyhow, you know, there's, you know, where voices in choirs will fit the pocket in its best potential. You might be a baritone, but you can push yourself into that second tenor, you know, and he did it with no problem. He just glided that right up. The very unique patterns that were going in and out. Da, 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 da. That just, they kept drilling that in our head. And even though there was times where his melody and that melody that was playing more on the right side was in unison, it just got us into that da 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 kind of vibe. As even when he drifted away and took the melody and soared with it, but he would always bring it back down. It started to wear on me just a little bit, and just when it started to do that, I thought they changed it up, but they stuck to the formula. The other melody that was running out through the end, they kept on repeating it. You know, now I saw some people saying that it sounded like it could have been a mellotron or something like that. Thanks for the follow and the sub, brother. It could have been a mellotron or something, but it sounded like it was a guitar that was really working, you know, the quarter notes, the half notes and stuff like that. I couldn't detect any picking. I don't know exactly what that was. And it was it was a very soothing track. I think that's the best way for me to put it as well. You know, so this was the Strokes. It was Ode to the Mets. It was just put right there on our stream. And so if you want to check that out, you can go ahead. I'm saving it to my playlist for sure. As a matter of fact, let me do that right now. Stand by. I want to put this here because I want to listen to this again. Okay, cool beans. All right. So thank you so much. That was such a great listen. I really, really, truly appreciate it. I think everybody here really got involved in it too and dug it. And so, yeah. And look, it's only released 3 years ago. It got 8.6 million views, right? Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. So that's that's not freaking shabby. That's some smoking exposure there, which is the 8.6 million views in 3 years. That's quite a bit, man. That's something to... And once again, that's where I get so excited. It's like music of its simplicity that allows melody to speak really loud. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know, we're in a world of incredible musicians with arrangements and riffs and chord changes and things that we do to color, these performances and write music and songs. But man, there's that melody, man. You got to dive into the melody. And you always hear old farts saying, "Oh, where's the melody? What's the melody on this?" I get it too, because I can be pulled in as a musician, as a listener, as a composer to rhythmic stuff. Like full metal riffy insanity, I could be pulled in as heavy 7 Ways of Sunday. Uh-oh, we got a train thing going here. All right. Hey, thanks for the sub. So, but all that being said, though, when we get a standout track like this is when it leans on the melody and stuff like that, burns a hole inside there. Hype train in the house. I keep on forgetting what a hype train is, but I think it's a good thing. All right, let's continue on. Double A. Are you here still, Double A? Double E? Double A, this is for you. Thank you so much for the dono. And then I'm going to do one more after this, and we'll go back into Wheel of Cheese, okay? For those of you who might be new here, the Wheel of Cheese is when you submit to the forum that's usually tacked up on top there. And I spin a wheel, and if your profile name shows up and whatever song you have in there, I listen to it. So that's it. But it is rando, right? So, all right, Double A. Let's go. There you are. All right. So this is a band called Ever Forthright. Now you guys know that Double A always sends me stuff that I have to go to a chiropractor after my Twitch sessions, because they're so eclectic and so unique that you see me going. So funny on on my Decomposer lounge, I've had people accuse me on being on crack or cocaine because of the way I guess I make facial expressions, or I have a mouth twitch when I listen to music. I play drums with my mouth and do things with my mouth and stuff, or with my body. People think I'm on it. I'm not. I remember the days when I was. It was fun. I did it very casually. I didn't, I never went out and bought more than the party's worth, but it didn't just do a lot for me. I don't know. I like the freeze better than the workout. All right, here we go. Double A, this is for you. Ever Forthright. It's an R&B soul track. And let's see what we got here. This one is called Infinite Inward. So let's see if Double A's suggestion is going to send me into some sense of whiplash, because that's just what happens. Let's do this all right. What? It's Larry David. What is this? What was this that you just gave me? That can't be it. Was that it? Was that it? Happy April Fools. Ow! Oh my God. Quado came to visit. That's a mess. Oh my God. That is hilarious. Oh, I got to send this segment to my brother because my brother is Larry David's golf instructor, so they go golfing like 3 times a month or so. So I've got to send him this reaction. This is going to be hilarious. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Double A, frick. My belly hurting. My belly's hurting. Oh, my God. Stand by. You better be resubmitting a song. Oh, my God. I just got rickrolled. I got April fooled. Okay. He sent me a song. Well done, Double A. I guess this is a real song. This is called, the band is City and Color. I'm dying. My stomach hurts. God. In a good way, though. Hang on. I got to drink some water. Watch the water come flying out of here. Oh, fuck. That was great. That was great. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Doc Doom. Doc Doom. This is for you. Oh, wait a second. Stand by. Doc Doom, I know I'm getting to you. Stand by. There it is. Okay. So, ever Forthright. No. Wait. I'm slightly confused, Double A. All right, then I'm going to get to yours after Doc Doom's, because I already called that Doc Doom's, and I'll get to yours, okay? And I need time to heal. This is for Doc Doom. How you doing, Doc Doom? I know that I'm going to get me some serious music here. This band's called City and Color. And the name of the track is Underground. Doc Doom is very well known here in the stream with me to confront me with some great rock, metal, blues in that fashion. So I know I'm going to be in for a treat here. Doc Doom, this is for you, buddy. Thanks so much for the dono. Here we go. Oh. I love the bass line. Listen to the bass pattern. Great voice, but that bass line is so molasses.
Aimlessly rambling, hangman. At least we've got our help.
Great chord voicings.
Just to be alive. We gotta lean into love a little before we die. So tell me what you need
Beautiful head voice. This is great songwriting, people. I'm chicken skin right now, full on. How about that bass player?
Let's just forget the unforgiven presence of death and live wild and free. Godless or not,
Ooh.
you can let the fear control your body.
The guitar phrasing.
Like a bird in darkness, I will cover you. Nothing will harm us. I will protect.
Great drum sound too. That snare sounds phenomenal.
So tell me what you need. Bring me to my knees and I'm tired of running. Try to move it life around.
I know the Rickenbacker, right? I love that ambient organ.
So tell me what you need. You bring me to my knees and I'm tired of running. Try to move it life around.
Beautiful harmonies. I'm sorry, but the bass work on this. Great little ghost notes with the drummer. That was absolutely freaking wonderful. I think one of the wonderful things about the track is, first of all, it was live. We were just hearing it live, and the engineering was phenomenal. Now, I'm going to guess that it's recorded live, but then maybe taken back into a studio and leveled off a little more. But the musicality, the musicians, it's almost like Snarky Puppy, and when bands like that do those live shows, this looks like this was one of them. Well, it says CBC Live, CBC Music Live, but you know, where the authenticity and the power of the musicianship and the arrangements just shine one time, meaning like a beautiful, perfect performance. This guy has an incredible voice. This is definitely going on my playlist. Stand by. I'm definitely saving this. I'm going to put this here on the side here because stand by for 1 second. I want to make sure I got this. Yep, there it is. Oops. Started on its own. It was such an incredible piece of music. It was such a great piece of work, Doc Doom. And once again, another heroic melodic performance. You know, the chord changes were nice. The sounds and the tones of the instruments were great. I'm sorry, the bass player, the arrangement was phenomenal. It was the complete lift for me. You know, as far as keeping it into that full, like, sexy jam-ish kind of thing. Like, you know, if you're with that person, your partner you're hanging with, and you're just kind of in, you know, just getting in with it. It was... The bass moved that aspect of me. The drummer was incredibly tight. The snare sound was fantastic. You can even hear the squeakiness of some of his ghost notes. The lead playing. Hey, Christopher G, how are you? Thanks for coming in and chiming in. I can't do a backflip. I got a hernia. The other guitar player who was doing a little bit more of the melodic lead work, such tasty notes. Just wonderful. The whole thing was wonderful. Fantastic. And Doc Doom, thank you so much for bringing this. I was expecting a little more metal. You usually come in pretty, pretty hot on the 2 million Scovels. So something like that. But this was a joy, and I'm a huge fan of this City and Color. So I'm going to go watch their whole CBC music live. So thank you so much, Doc Doom. I appreciate that. Who's up next? Double A. Okay, Double A, you're in the house now. Is that what this is? This Double A entrance here, did you change the link? Is that what you did so that I can come in hot? You had to calm down eventually. Yeah, it was sedate, but man, I needed the sedate. And then it was sedate with pure, like, top shelf, whatever it is you do to make yourself go, wow. Yes, the link was updated. Okay, fine. Am I going to get rickrolled again? Double A. Hana Ukulele. Let's see what this is. I'm not even going to tell you what the name of it is or anything because I don't know if it's the truth. So I'm just going to take Double A's suggestion. Double A always thanking you for so many things on so many different levels. So here we go. I don't know what this is. Okay, I guess it's called Infinite Inward now. I guess this is the real Infinite thingy, Inward. This song should get you in the mood. I'm afraid of that because the last time you got me all rickrolled with Larry David. All right, guys, let's do this. This is Double A in the house. All right. Trippy accent points on the riff. Seven, 8 over 4, 4, I think, right? This is badass. Jeez. Ooh. Good call, Truzoka. I blew that. Oh, these chord changes. Come on. Man, the drummer on some of that ride and cymbal work as well. God, those arpeggiations. Ooh. I got to hear that again. Listen to the lower part of that growl during the fried part of his vocals. Listen to the texture in the lowered doubled growl. And whether they did this authentically with an overdub or they did this with a harmonizer, it's insane. Who is that lead guitar player? Nick Lirandy. These soaring vocals, I can't do it. Absolutely epically profound.
Won't somebody come catch me? Wake me up from this bad, bad dream. I'm getting lost in this world between stuff in purgatory. Oh, this must be heaven, how I'm spinning round. Don't know which way is up or down. Somehow I'm standing with my hands on the ground. And I'm trying to reach for some air. Don't know
Freaking brilliant, man. Jesus. Where do you have to be? Whoops. Where do you have to be in your composition journey, musicianship, compositional arrangement, vocal performance to come up with something like this? I guess this is 8 years ago. Unfortunately, it only has like 3,000 views. I'm definitely going to cut this up and put this on my Decomposer Lounge. It's an unbelievable piece of work. And there's so many, they expose their musicianship bandwidth by dropping in these very unique runs and lines that harken, as Ren and Stippy would say, hark. These jazzier lines and stuff, and their dynamic shift in the composition, even to go into that kind of pseudo hip. I don't know if you call it hip hop or acid jazz or acid soul hip hop kind of vibe, where you had the lady or the artist rapping, singing vibe kind of thing. This is it is beyond saying we got to write songs. We got to write songs for an album. We got to do this. We want to do this. This is like it seems Double A that this would be like what do you call it? Project, the kind of project that it's a long time, or the whole album is a series of songs that actually has a story. It's called a something project. I forgot what it is, but anyhow, I am over the frickin' moon with this piece of work, and I'm posting this on the Decomposer Lounge. There's no two ways about it. Concept album. Thank you very much. It has that very concept album kind of vibe, and. For me, I get a little anxiety, happy anxiety, also knowing what it took to put that together. I'm listening to this and getting into it, but this is not, we're whipping out some chords and some stuff and having fun. This is going back and writing melodies and lines and guitar lines and everything. There's nothing at the fly on this, and it's just, I guess whether or not it was a concept album, definitely does have the feel, Double A. And so thank you so much, man. You see, you brought it after you rickrolled me with the Larry David thing. You brought it, so thank you so much. So I'm gonna do one more dono, and then we're gonna go into Wheel of Cheese. Okay, so let me see what I got. Is this a typo on my dono, guys? Double A, 1 a.m. Lacrimosa. What? Bruh. Dude, what? I'm not going to say anything about that. Just mind-numbing. We're going to have a discussion offline about this. You cannot do this to me. You cannot do this to me. It doesn't even compute. Shit. Man, I tell you what, we're going to have to Zoom or talk story about that. That's absolutely outstanding, outlandish. All right, guys. Unless, of course, I didn't know how long it is, and it's 2.5 hour long song. No. Lacrimosa, thank you so much. But are you on our Discord by chance, Lacrimosa? Please do. If not, I hope you are. That's no April. Dang, I know. Jesus. All right. Well, now that my car got keyed, screw it. I'll just buy a new car. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that. It wasn't. All right, let's see what we got here. Stand by. This is a band called Narco Debut from rock. Or it's a rock genre. And so let's check this out. This is called Circadian Deity. And this is from Lacrimosa. All right, here we go. I've got this weird spacey vibe in my chest because of this. your boost, to say the least. All right. Hernias are my... Oh, your father had them before he passed. Oh. Yeah. Well, we're going to see what this is going to be all about next week. Anyhow, I'm floating right now because that just took me off balance. Hey, somebody... Perfilly, thank you. Okay, here we go. From Lacrimosa. Okay, I think I got so excited I may have pressed the wrong button on the link. So let's hope that this is it. Here we go. Oh, I love that ambience in the background. The volume up of that little, it's wonderful.
No, I don't care at all. Do you think you're better off now that you're alone? I don't think you know who you are, where you come from, and why you do those things you do.
And I love the vocals.
In the sense of romance, you call a friend. Do you cherish her? I'm taking all this, but accomplishing nothing else. Do you bury her? I swear. Do you know if you're alive? I've been thinking over and over how brilliant tongues make distant hands. And that's just thinking slowly, like if only I'd gotten out.
Oh, that bass tone, Jesus.
How you hold her in your head, in your arms by the throat. First you told me that I'm older. No more complicating things, and you're still twiddling your thumbs. But I'm alive. How could you do this to me?
Jesus.
Ain't taking time over and over. Unconscious encounters, you're no longer alone.
There's also some incredible guitar tones in there. It's like if Coheed and Cambria and Chon and Polyphia kind of came together. Love the pad in the background. Ghost notes, that drummer. That was it. Oh my God! I wish that could have gone on for another 4 minutes, and I would not have had any issue with it. My assessment when I kind of said it was that Coheed and Cambria. I forgot what's the name of the singer there, and kind of a Chon and Tim Henson, Polyphia kind of vibe to it, and. His voice was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, is this another band that, you know, has kind of somehow slipped through the exposure cracks here? Claudio Sanchez, yes, thank you. the guitar tones were also insane. They were so precision from the opening clean tones that they were using for a little bit more of that Sean Polyphia kind of vibe. To even the power, when the power came in, it wasn't too overdone, and the guitar tones, though punchy and still kind of hits you between the soul and the throat. So the throatier ones for me are the ones that you could just see the tubes are completely oversaturated and just flaming hot red and stuff like that. And the soulful part of like a heavy metal or a crunchy kind of thing has a little bit of a roll off at the top, so you're not hearing that sizzle. And it sounds really authentic. But I don't know if if a doubler was used or they played or double tracked it. But when more of those darker, punchier guitars came in, and there was that metal lift in it. That was such a great tone. The bass player absolutely was crushing it. Once again, for somebody who's not a bass player, but how much I do love the bass and wish I could have played it better in my career, there's something so pulling about finding the right tone, which I had just mentioned with the guitars and everything, but with your bass, because it always eluded me. And because I was not a live performer and stuff, I didn't have a rig, so I always went across, any kind of modeler or something that I would use, except a couple times I did play live, but that's when I'm picking up a bass player's bass and his rig and come in and maybe just noodle around a little bit. But the tone in that on the bass was phenomenal. And the engineering was great because the pocket for that bass to come through and to be perfectly as clean and clear as it was, you have to tip your hat to the engineer. And I've always said this, and I've said this many times, the engineer is definitely part of the band when it comes to the mix out. That's my opinion. Even if the engineer has no musical talent per se, is always part of the band. Lacrimosa, I can't, like I said, I'm just dumbfounded. And I can't thank you enough. That was an incredible tonal boost. And thank you so much for that. I'm definitely going to make another special edit out of this and drop it on the Decomposer Lounge to show this band some love because, it was all there for me. Every bit of it was there for me. So, all right, guys, listen. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to come back with a couple of donos, and then we go into Wheel of Cheese. And then let me see what I got here, because I don't want to go too far off, because I am going to come back tomorrow. So I'm going to take a really quick break, only about 5 minutes. I just have to go to the restroom. So, excuse me. I am going to just change something up here really quick and get that rigged up for you. So hang on for 1 second here. That was me scatting. That's like the nervous help desk. When the help desk people are going, and okay, and I'm hitting enter now because they're afraid of quiet time. Something like that. All right, stand by for a second. Let me just find a track here. I just want to lay on you guys while I take my break, so stand by for a second. Okay. I found a little something for my Sounds of Tranquility. Lacrimosa, I'm sorry, I'm over the moon. Still. I'm still kind of like winded by that. I can't thank you enough. All right. Let me do this. Let me get us rigged. I'm going to take a really quick break, guys. So stand by.